Over, a spokesperson read a statement. It's done. Daniel Lewis Lee is buried. The question of what he represents is not. He was a product of something, of poverty, of trauma, of a society that failed to intercept his deterioration before it reached the point of no return. He was also the product of ideology, of a coherent, organized, deliberately maintained system of belief that told him some human lives were worth more than others, and that violence in service of racial purity was not evil, but heroic. He found that ideology because it was available to him, because it had been cultivated and distributed and made accessible to exactly the kind of damaged, searching, rage-filled young man that he was. Sarah Powell was 8 years old. She is not available to anyone anymore. The debate over what happened on July 14, 2020 will continue for as long as Americans debate capital punishment, which is to say, indefinite. Those who supported the execution argued that justice required it, that some crimes place a person beyond the reach of mercy, that an 8-year-old girl, weighted with stones and dropped into a river, deserves a response proportionate to the horror of what was done to her. Those who opposed it argued that state-sanctioned killing does not undo killing, that the disparity between Lee's sentence and Kehoe's sentence, the organizer who survived while the follower died, revealed a system more arbitrary than just, that executing a man with documented cognitive limitations and a traumatic childhood during a pandemic, in the early morning hours after last-minute Supreme Court decisions overturned stays in real time, resembled order less than it resembled something else. Both arguments live inside the same country. The white ethno-state that Daniel Lewis Lee killed for does not exist. The ideology that animated him has not died. In the years since his execution, domestic extremism rooted in white nationalist ideology has continued to grow, to radicalize, to produce violence in American communities. The network he served is gone. The ideas that network fed on are not. William Mueller is gone. Nancy Mueller is gone. Sarah Powell was 8 years old. She would have been 32. What Daniel Lewis Lee's execution gave us is contested. What it took is settled. 3 people are still dead. A grandmother is still alive, with the knowledge of what happened to her daughter and granddaughter. And somewhere in the American interior, right now, another broken young man is being handed a language for his rage, a community for his isolation, and a cause worthy, in that language, of violence. The gurney is ready. The question is whether we understand yet that what fills it was made long before the needle was inserted. The United States has executed 13 people since resuming federal executions in 2020. The ideology that put the first man on that gurney has been designated the foremost domestic terrorism threat in the country. Sarah Powell would have turned 32 this year. If we teach men to value some lives above all others, and one of them decides to act on what we've taught, who, in the end, loaded the needle?